Hello students, today we are going to discuss poem 7 of the book First Flight, that is Animals, written by Walt Whitman. Walt Whitman was a famous American poet, essayist and journalist. Whitman received a limited formal education. At the age of 11, he left formal schooling to go to work. He worked as a journalist, a teacher and a government clerk. He is often called as the father of free verse. Leaves of Grass is his most famous poetry collection. So dear students, the poem that we are going to discuss today, that is Animal, it is also a free verse poem. When we will read the poem, you will find out that there is no rhyming scheme. Fine? So let us read the poem. Stanza 1. I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid and self-contained. I stand and look at them long and long. Dear students, the poet here desires to turn into an animal and live with them as he is impressed by their calmness and the purity of their mind. Unlike humans, animals seem so contained with their lives and are happy in their natural surroundings. The simple lives of animals help them maintain self-control and their rationality. He stands and looks at them for a long time. In the phrase long and long, the implied meaning is the longing that the poet feels for these two qualities in human beings. Let us see stanza 2. They do not sweat and whine about their condition. They do not lie awake. They do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. They do not make me sick discussing their duty to God. The poet is quite happy with the fact that animals do not make complaints and cry about their conditions like humans. They eat and sleep peacefully as they have nothing to worry about, while humans, because of their wrong actions, are unable to do so and thus cannot sleep without worrying about them. Humans, even after committing sins, talk about God and rightness, while animals are simple creatures and they do not need to worry about praying to God. The poet here means that since animals are so pure, they do not pray to God for forgiveness or ask God to fulfill their desires like humans. Right? Now see stanza 3. Not one is dissatisfied, not one is demented with the mania of owning things. Not one kneels to another, nor to his kind that lived thousands of years ago. Not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth. Animals do not possess material things like humans, and they are happy and satisfied without all the worldly items, the desire of which has affected human beings badly. This desire to own things has been called madness by the poet. Animals are free from the habit of praying to their ancestors. When the poet says not one is respectable, he means that since all of them are equal, there is no question of respect to some and insult others. All these features of animals make them happy and uncomplaining. Now come to the fourth and last stanza of the poem. So they show their relations to me and I accept them. They bring me tokens of myself. They evince them plainly in their possession. I wonder where they get those tokens. Did I pass that way huge times ago and negligently drop them? Dear students, here tokens means virtues like kindness, self-containment and innocence, right? The poet feels that animals represent human beings in some way. This means that animals seems to have what humans once had, that is virtues like kindness, self-containment and innocence. They symbolize the lost values of human race. He believed that civilization has corrupted human beings and instead of teaching values to them, it has taught them greed. He believes in this poem that humans dropped these virtues a long time ago and have forgotten them. Right? So let us summarize the poem. The poet is more comfortable with animals and humans, right? Animals do not sweat and whine. Whine means complain about their conditions, not lie awake in the dark. No animals is dissatisfied, no one is demented with the mania of owning things. Mania is madness, right? Animals do not kneel, bow down to others, all are equal. Fine. No sickening, irritation, discussion about duty to God, right? They show tokens clearly. Tokens are the virtues like kindness, simplicity, calmness, quietness, purity, self-sufficiency, satisfaction and happiness. So dear students, in the poem Animals, the poet Walt Whitman basically praises animals. He is very much impressed by the calm and quiet, simple and pure nature of animals. The poet tells us that he feels more at home with animals than humans, whom he finds complicated and false. He compares humans with animals to point out the flaws of humans and highlight the good qualities of animals. Humans, in their never-ending rat race to acquire more worldly possessions, have become greedy, selfish and unhappy. On the other hand, animals have still retained their simple and pure nature. Animals do not complain about their condition. They are content with what they have got. Thus, they are living happily. That their life is free of pain and misery. Right? The poem is a reflection on what humans have become in their mad rush for acquiring wealth and other worldly possessions. So let us discuss the literary devices. Dear students, 4 literary devices are used in the poem. First one is anaphora. As you know, the repetition of same phrases in the beginning of continuous lines, right? As you can see, they do not sweat, they do not lie, they do not make. So they do not is repeated, so anaphora is here. Next one is metaphor. So dear students, tokens are here, metaphor of good qualities, or we can say virtues like simplicity, calmness and quietness, right? Another literary device is repetition. There is a repetition of word long, as it is written long and long. Fine. Next is alliteration. You know the repetition of consonant sounds, right? As you can see plainly in their possession, consonant sound P is repeated. Fine. Next is I wonder where they get those tokens. Repetition of consonant sound W. Fine. So dear students, it's all about the poem. I hope this video is useful to understand this poem well. Thank you.